Imagine being stranded on a hostile, radiation-soaked planet with a massive, rolling base to manage and a burning apocalyptic sunrise quite literally chasing you down. Now imagine that with your only hope of survival is to clone alternative versions of yourself, each born from a different life path and a different massive regret you've had, to help run the ship. That is the wild, deeply psychological premise of The Alters, an absolute standout sci-fi builder developed by and published by 11 Studios. Thank you so much to 11-Bit Studios for giving me the opportunity to review The Alters. Let's get into it.
Once I hit you with that bad space, you ain't coming back. No control, all the let you give me space like time. Hit you with that bad space, you ain't coming back.
I've spent an extensive amount of time with this game recently, and to put it bluntly, it is an overall amazing experience. It is flawlessly fuses high-stakes space management with an incredibly compelling narrative about human choice. Plus, if you end up loving it as much as I do, you're in luck. The game's major expansion, The Last Variable, is dropping today, the exact day this video goes live. So if you've been on the fence, there's genuinely no better time to dive in. Let's break down exactly why this game deserves your attention, starting with what blew me away the most, the writing. The narrative design here is exceptional. You play as Jan Dulski, a regular guy who takes a high-risk space job to escape his troubled life back on Earth, only to crash land alone on a deadly planet. To survive, you use your supercomputer and a rare resource called Rapidium to create alters, clones of yourself based on what-ifs from your past. What if you didn't leave the family farm? What if you mended your relationship with your father? What if you stayed in college? Every single alter you bring into the crew has their own distinct personality, unique skills, and emotional package. You aren't just managing generic workers, you're literally managing a psychological minefield of your own egos and regrets. The story is awesome, and honestly, even after hours of playing, I feel like I'm barely hitting the surface of it. The way the game forces you to confront human nature, memory, and the weight of choice is brilliant. It handles those heavy emotional themes with a level of care and complexity that puts many massive story-driven RPGs to shame. But a great story needs a solid gameplay loop to back it up. And thankfully, the building and survival mechanics are incredibly sound. Your home is a giant wheel-shaped moving base that you constantly have to upgrade, expand, and repair. The loop shifts between two distinct phases, like managing the interior of your base and exploring the planet's surface. Inside, you are building specialized rooms, managing crucial life support systems, and assigning your alters to tasks that fit their specific expertise, like engineering, mining, and even cooking. When you step outside onto the surface, the game shifts into a third-person perspective, where you have to mine resources and navigate hazardous environmental anomalies under a strict time limit. The planet sun is literally a death sentence, so you have to gather what you need and get your massive base moving before the sun burns everything to ash. The pacing creates a fantastic tense balance. It rewards smart planning and optimization without ever feeling overly punishing or tedious. The loop of tech tree research, resource gathering, and base expansion is deeply satisfying to keep you hooked. This also has multiple difficulties when it comes to story and to the survival building side of it. What makes exploring the hostile world even more visual is the visual presentation. The graphics in the alters is phenomenal. The developers have crafted a stunningly atmospheric, desolate sci-fi world that feels genuinely imposing. The contrast between the sterile, high-tech interior of your rolling base and the harsh, glowing, irradiated landscape outside is visually striking. The lighting design deserves a special praise. Watching the ominous glow of the oncoming sunrise creep across the horizon adds an incredible layer of environmental storytelling and tension to every single run. The character models and animations for Jan and his various alters are equally impressive, making each version of him feel like a completely distinct person on screen. Despite having a lot of moving parts, from resource spreadsheets to direct character movement, the game is incredibly accessible. The controls are intuitive and remarkably easy to remember. Whether you're navigating complex base building menus, managing the psychological needs and arguments of your crew, or just sprinting across the rugged alien landscape to harvest materials before your radiation shield fails, the input feels completely natural. The user interface is clean, uncluttered, and does a fantastic job of giving you vital information without overwhelming your screen. You won't find yourself fighting the control layout or digging through nested menus just to get things done, which keeps the focus exactly where it belongs, on the survival and the drama. This is an overall amazing game that completely consumed my time. I'm not even done with it, and it is a journey I will completely continue to play. It scratches that specific itch of wanting deep mechanical strategy game while satisfying a need rich for a high concept narrative. If you're looking for a survivor builder with a brilliant sci-fi story, I cannot recommend The Alters enough. It takes a genre that is usually purely driven by numbers and systems and injects it with a deeply moving human heart. And remember, the brand new expansion, The Last Variable, is officially available today. Go grab the base game, check out the new content, and discover what happens when your own worst enemy and your only hope is yourself. Let me know in the comments if you're planning to check it out. As always, guys, my name's Jose here at Ether. Be kind, love one another, and don't be a dick. See ya.